Lovely. So, here we go. The next instalment of our career race, and welcome along to the Russian Grand Prix. Let's have a look at the weather. Weather looks going to be good. Development update, we are so far past the rest of the field that it's unbelievable. I'm trying to think who our main competitors are on this performance chart. And if we go to the performance chart, there we go. So you can see that Haas and Toro Rosso, they're practically down the field with Mercedes. I think I've had an idea where I want to go next season now. Look at that. The other thing you see, Ferrari are in the bottom 5. Ferrari, folks. So we've still got this coming for next season. Powertrain, okay. Aero, okay. And I suppose the chassis, yeah. Alright then. So yeah, we kind of have an idea where we're gonna go. It's just a case of who's gonna update more when it comes to the off season. And we're hoping it's not Wiliams. We've got new engine MGUHs and turbos on order for Russia. We're not going to have a look at the standings too much. We've already won the Drivers' Championship, so really we're going to concentrate on the second. So second, Lance Stroll, and then Seb Vettel, Sergio Perez, Esteban Ocon, Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Charles Leclerc, your top 10. Van Dorn is still yet to score. However, we can wrap up the constructors this weekend, and when that happens, I'll be booking the first flight out of Wiliams and straight to my new team. So that's basically it. We'll wrap that up there. So we're going to head off for qualifying now, and we will see you on the other side of the race.
Welcome one and all to the Russian Grand Prix. We're just a stone's throw from the Georgian border here at Sochi as we get ready to begin the race that served up an absolute cracker back in 2015. A last lap collision between Kimi Raikkonen and Valtteri Bottas sparked controversy in that race, so let's hope the racing is just as tight today. It's time to go racing then in the Sochi Autodrom, where the long run down to the heavy braking zone at turn 2 is one of 2 DRS zones around this 3.6 mile circuit. The other, of course, down into turn 13. 18 corners make up a lap here today, with an average speed somewhere in the region of 130 miles an hour. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Let's talk about Paul. What a season they've had. A well-deserved championship victory, and the pressure now surely off, with the title already in the bag.
I agree it's been a truly impressive season, but championship or no, I don't think they'll be gently cruising around to the finish line. In fact, with points no longer a concern, there's a lot less to risk, so we may even see a more aggressive approach.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Paul lines up on pole position, with Lance Stroll alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Kimi Raikkonen and Hülkenberg, Sainz, Alonso, Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas. Perez, they've taken a grid penalty. Ericsson, Lewis Hamilton and Ocon. Van Dorn, Grosjean, Pierre Gasly and Kevin Magnussen. Hartley and Daniel Ricciardo rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy.
Well, that's what the intention is. We're going to try and keep it as tidy as possible going into the first corner, although, to be fair, our starts do suck. I haven't got a clue why our starts suck so badly, but we're going to find out why they suck so badly in a minute. It's an easy one-stop, this race. There's absolutely no tyre degradation around this circuit at all. In fact, if you wanted to, you could stay on the hypersauce for the rest of your life and they probably wouldn't degrade for 13 laps that were out there. So that is everything. We're gonna get racing now. We're gonna hopefully bring home some good points today, and if we do, we'll be constructors champions. And then when that's confirmed, end of the season, bye Williams, we're off. So here we go to the 5 red lights for the Russian Grand Prix, and it's gonna bear holding us for a while, but it's lights out and away we go. And it's a good start from Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll with a supersonic start down to turn 1. He's going to lead this race as we go side by side with Sebastian Vettel down into the first corner. Oh, and it's all kicking up behind. We've got Charles Leclerc behind. Oh, Vettel forces us wide in turn 2, and we're going to be third into turn 3 with Leclerc and Raikkonen behind us side by side. I think Leclerc's going to get the better of that one. Good boy, Charles Leclerc, the Ferrari driver for 2019. He's going to stick his nose where that belongs. Unbelievable. What a move there from the young Monagasque driver. He's going to be a star, is this boy. And everyone knows he's going to be a star. You are not going to see, I think, a better driver next year than Charles Leclerc. But here we go. Now we've got to settle in 13 laps around this horrible, boring, bloody Sochi Autodrom circuit with its long straights and fiddly corners and that no one gives an absolute damn about. We get a track limits warning. I do apologise for that one. I'm very sorry, game. But we're trying to catch up to the back of Sebastian Vettel here, if you don't mind. Let's... car thought about it. We got into overtake mode to try and get past Sebastian, get close to. We might get a nice tow down to the first corner. We come out of turn 12. I haven't a clue how many corners that Sochi has here, but they have quite a few as we go on to see Marcus Ericsson here. That's Esteban Ocon right behind him, and Alfa Romeo against Mercedes. This should be a no contest. In fact, Ocon thought about giving a bit of a punt there, but Ocon round the outside of turn 1. Good move. That is going to be... That's a pretty good move here at Sochi. You don't normally see moves like that happen, and he's got to be very wary as the young Swede, because he's got Lewis Hamilton for company right behind him. As we go back to the fight at the front of the field. Lance Stroll still leading this race from Sebastian Vettel. But look behind you, Vettel. Trouble is coming and we're thinking about a move as we head out onto this second DRS zone. But we can't do anything heading into turn whatever as we go back to Marcus Ericsson. And as easy manoeuvres go, I think this one's about to be ranked up there as the easiest overtake you are ever going to see. As Lewis Hamilton goes around the outside of Marcus Ericsson into the complex, and that is job done. Thank you very much. Goodbye. That was as easy as they come there for the 5-time champion of the world.
You're hitting the energy deployment limit and losing ERS power before the end of the lap.
Really
Lower the ERS deployment mode to prevent this.
They activate it there.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the ultra softs.
So instantly on lap 3 you're going to get DRS as we head down to turn number 1. Sebastian Vettel coming close to us, but no, we've got to get a almighty run through turn 1. I think here we go. It's going to be around the outside of turn 3. Lovely view through the halo there in the side pod as we try to gain on him. Oh, we're still about. He's left the door open. God, you left the door open there, Sebastian. We had to think about it. So we'll have another think about it. You leave the door open, and I'm going to kick it open and make my way through. Thank you very much. And that's going to bring the Monagasque driver, Charles Leclerc, right onto the back wing of Sebastian Vettel. Go and deal with him. Yeah, nonce. As we go... Now, what's this? This is the two Renaults here. Hulkenberg and Sainz. Are they going to have a pop at each other? Renault are usually a pretty nice team, and that is going to be... It is. Is that Carlos passing the Hulk? That is Carlos attempting to pass the Hulk, and he gets... Does he get him? Yes, he gets him. So move Carlos Sainz up a position, and that's going to put Hulkenberg with that big train behind him of Alonso and Verstappen and everyone else here as we start lap number 4.
Pit window open.
It's a
Let's
Wiliams
box this
1-2
lap.
at the moment. Stroll from Marcel. Stroll is strolling away with this, folks. That was the only joke we're going to make in this episode as we try to get close. We couldn't get close there. What's Lance got this weekend that we haven't got? He's got something, but we don't know what that something is. It's a big something, I think, as we head through turn number 4. Oh, we got a hell of a run on Lance Stroll. What is Lance doing in the middle of the track there? I don't know if Lance has got a problem or something. Oh, there's contact! Oh, not again! Contact between the two Williams, and Lance Stroll comes worst off. He better move because, oh, there's a heavy, big train coming. It's going to cause a pile-up here. That has completely ruined Lance Stroll's race. And all through his... What was he thinking? He'd gone for a wander during the halfway point of this race. Gone to sleep there as we go... who we go here? We got Valtteri Bottas here now. This is in front of Stroll with Sergio Perez in close attendance. Some Mercedes on Mercedes violence happening here. And Perez is going to get the move done on Bottas. Or is he? No, Bottas is going to hold on. Whoa. That was a bit naughty there as we come in now for our pit stop. We've come in a lap earlier, so Sebastian Vettel will take the lead of the Russian Grand Prix. Oh boy. It's all kicking off here. And we haven't even really got into the meat of the race yet. Good stop by the Williams team. Take that opportunity to have a drink of Vimto. So we'll get released now and up to speed as we head back onto the track. That should put us, I think that puts us dead last. But then again, we're dead last most of the time, and we usually come out of it smelling like roses. And hopefully that is the case here. As we, so dead last with Ricciardo in front of us. Why is Ricciardo this far back? He has had an absolute mare, I think. We've got Ricciardo, Magnussen. Oh, almost into the wall on the outside of turn 4 there. Turn 5, I think, is really piddly, really horrible. You know, I don't mind the Grand Prix in Russia, but there are better tracks than the Sochi Autodrom. I'm sorry. It's got to be said. This track is... As bad tracks come, this track is awful. Awful, and I am not afraid to absolutely say that as we go. Who we got here? So that's Charles. Now somehow Charles Leclerc's taken the lead of this race. How has he managed to do that? We haven't seen that on camera, but he's coming in for his stop, and he's got Kimi Raikkonen right behind. So Sebastian Vettel takes the lead of the Russian Grand Prix. So now we're going to see if this undercuts that we've tried works here as we go. Oh, where are we doing here? Where we gone? Where we gone, Mr. Cameraman? There we go. So we got Raikkonen here. So there's Leclerc in for his stop. Good camera view there, although we were looking through one of the pit guys there. X-ray vision, sort of, as here comes Charles. And Raikkonen back out into the action. Was that us? That's us swooping around the outside of turn 1, and we're going to take them quite easily. Although Charles is a bit too close for comfort there. We might want to keep an eye on him.
Right, the car behind has come in to put on the ultra-soft tyre. That's
Charles
the car behind, now on the ultra-softs.
Of course, we obviously knew already that Charles was on the ultra-soft tyre because we've just seen him pit for the ultra-soft
Our gap
tyres.
to the car in front is 2.6
one thing we are doing is we're getting close
seconds.
to this big train in front of us. Who we got? I think we got Ericsson. I know Ricciardo and Magnussen are in this train. Looks like Van Dorn's in that train as well. One of the Toro Rossos, I imagine that's Brendan Hartley as well. So it's a big, big train here. We're in P11 right now. And I think any moment now we should be cutting to a shot, hopefully. Yeah, here he comes. Sebastian Vettel now pits from the lead. So, let's see what Sebastian can do. Can he come out in front of Leclerc and Raikkonen? Will the Ferrari get the stop of a lifetime? Good. I love these pit stop cameras that we're being shown. It is such a nice thing that they've put on this game. So where's he going to come out? So we should take the lead back. We're somewhere. There we go. We're going flying through now. Leclerc's not far behind us. He might want to get a move on Vettel. I think he's about to be overtaken. Yes, he's just been overtaken by Leclerc. Wow. Raikkonen's dropped back a bit. So let's reset for you. We're in the lead, followed by Charles Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen, your top 4. Wow, who predicted that top 4? Especially with Stroll, where Stroll was. I don't think anyone could have predicted that on lap 7. We're through the halfway stage of this race. I'm hoping we don't get the tyre issues that we got in Singapore, because that's what dogged us really for the last part of that stint, and it's what really caused us to understeer badly into the wall and break our wing. It just wasn't. I don't know how you manage tyres without backing off, but for me there is no backing off. It's all about foot to the floor, get it done as quickly as possible. But because normally I'm a very, very smooth driver, but it just seems for some reason we're not being very smooth at the moment. As we come around the last 2 turns, though, I really hate some of these 90 corners that Tilke designs. Fastest lap of the race at 1:31.54.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap for the race.
And we're on lap number 8. 6 laps to go. Got a nice gap to Charles Leclerc. He's got Sebastian Vettel in close attendance, so he's got Kimi Raikkonen in close attendance as well. I wonder how that's going to end up here, as we see Lance Stroll now on his recovery drive. What's Lance going to do here? I think we need to be looking in front of Lance here. Maybe look at... but in fact we are. Look at the Mercedes fight each other. That's Bottas just overtaking Hamilton, I think. Was that Hamilton overtaking Bottas? I can't tell from it. Yes, it was Hamilton that overtook Bottas. So, and now that's a bad lock up there from Lewis. But he'll keep that position. I see one of the Renaults in the background. He's having a bit of an interest there. Oof. See, if you don't want to see the action here at the front of the field, go back there. So it's 3.7 seconds to Charles Leclerc. We can keep it at that sort of gap. That wouldn't be too bad, because we keep him out of DRS zone, which is what we want to do. So coming out the last corner, come and start lap 9. 5 laps to go in the Russian Grand Prix here at Sochi. I think we might, Mr. Cameraman might want to look at Vettel and Raikkonen here, because they're getting awfully close to each other. That could get... Oh, we went a bit wide through over the rumbles of turn 2. That's getting a bit end, but no, he's going to decide, let's go back to the Mercedes fight here between Hamilton and Bottas. So Hamilton in front of Bottas. It's going to be Bottas with DRS. Is he going to try and move here again? He is. There you go. Oh, big lock up from Bottas. And Hamilton's going to keep that position. As now Lance Stroll starts to get close for comfort. Here comes so Hamilton keeps the position from Bottas. Got Stroll in attendance. I think one of the Red Bulls that looks like no, it's actually one of the Renaults, sorry. I don't know which Renault. I think it's Hulkenberg, because Sainz is far up the field here. It's not worked out for Hulkenberg this race so far. Wow, oh, big slide coming into this tricky section. I'll tell you what, Mr. Camera, I would like to see Vettel and Raikkonen if I can, because this fight looks like it's going to start getting very personal in a few seconds as we come start lap number 10. What's the gap to Leclerc? The gap to Leclerc is 3.5 seconds. So he is thank you. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman. The Russian obviously does understand English here, as we see Raikkonen with DRS on Sebastian. What's he gonna do here? Is he gonna think about a move? Oh, he had to think about it. He's gonna think to the outside, but nope. Sebastian's got the legs. He'll cover him off. Heading into turn 3 as we go back to Lance Stroll, who's hot in pursuit of Valtteri Bottas. Come on, Lance. Use that power in the Mercedes to get him. He's going to get him. Thank you very much. That's Lance off the position. Now, he's pretty close to Hamilton. He might have a think about Hamilton here. I don't know if he will going into turn 5, but he may do. He's pretty close. Nope, he's not going to have a go at it. We'll come back on board with us as we head down the back straight. Oh, excuse me, nearly in the wall as well. You've got to think that we've got enough.
We advise moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
The gap's now at 3.3 as we go back to Lewis Hamilton, and if Lance Stroll's anywhere even close to a DRS sniff, this should be candy from the proverbial baby. There's Ricciardo in front of Lance Stroll. And yep, and Stroll's got the move done. So moves Stroll, I think, into P8 or 9, somewhere in that area. But we're starting lap number 11 here. I didn't see what the gap to Leclerc was. It still looks like it's about 3 seconds. So we are doing well to hold on here to these tyres, but bit wide through, very wide through turn 3. I wonder if the tyre issues are coming back. I'm hoping not, because that would not be the way to end this race for us as we come through turn 5. The gap's at 2.8, so Charles Leclerc is absolutely gaining on us. That's not what we wanted to see there on lap 11. We just wanted to be able to keep it as neat and tidy as possible, but it looks like we might have to push a little bit to get Charles Leclerc out of our hairs, because he is visibly gaining. I'm wondering if this is a problem here with the Williams, because we are just absolutely we couldn't even turn it then. This is, I don't know, folks. Our issues have come back, I think. What on earth? This is a track that's not usually abrasive on the tyres, and it seems to be today that our Williams is just absolutely eating its front tyres. We understeer badly in the last corner. As bad understeers go, that was probably the worst understeer moment you could probably see. Because he's going to give Leclerc, look at Leclerc, he's visibly, you can see the gap. It must be at least under 2 seconds. It's got to be. There is no way in hell. I mean, our tyres looked in pretty good nick as we go to Carlos Sainz here. He's got the Force Indias for company. I think it's Ocon first. No, it's Perez first, sorry. Perez is going to get the move done on Sainz into turn 1. And if he's not careful, Ocon might have a bit of him soon as well. I wonder if Carlos Sainz has developed problems towards the end of this race. He locks up going into turn 4. Ocon's in pretty close contact. He might go around the outside of turn 5, and he does. So move the Force Indians up, and Sainz is moving backwards. So, wow. I wonder what Sainz's problem is, because he seems to have developed the problem as we go back to Lance Stroll here, who's trying to catch up with, looks like the younger Dutchman Max Verstappen. It doesn't help that the Red Bulls have all them frees. It is Max Verstappen, and that's turn 1. Go get you some, Lance. Oh, around the outside of turn 3, that'd be a move that even Max himself would be proud of. So move Lance up a few places. Lance Stroll on a recovery drive, it seems. Speaking of, 1.3 seconds is the gap to Charles Leclerc. For some reason, we are getting these horrible tyre problems again, and we don't need them as we get ready to come through the penultimate corner, and then into the there's a slight understeer moment. See if it does understeer again. No, we got it neat that time. So we're coming across the line. It's one
This
to
is
go.
your final lap. Final lap of the race.
Folks. Charles Leclerc is a full second even behind us. Will he have DRS? I think he will. Oh, good Lord, turn 1's even difficult for us. We just cannot get it. Well, they say that's turn 1. I'm not going to recognise it as turn 1. We just seem to be struggling like mad. Speaking of struggling like mad, Sainz has dropped off the Red Bulls the Force Indians at an absolute rate, and he's going to be passed by Lance Stroll with the greatest of ease. So he must have a problem that's causing him to be slow on the straights, Carlos Sainz, because he looks all right in the corners as we come back to the race lead. He's going to have one shot here, is Charles Leclerc, and it's only one shot. He's within DRS distance, and he's gaining. Here comes the young Monagasque driver. Will he have a look into turn? I think it's turn 13, but no, he'll stay back. He's not going to take that chance, is Charles Leclerc, as we come through that chicane. I think we've got him covered off now. So it's going to be victory for Williams as we come out of the last corner to the line, and that should be the Constructors' Championship.
Great drive. We did it. Good job.
I think it is going to be the Constructors' Championship as well for Wiliams Martini Racing, as we go back to Carlos Sainz here. He's got young Max Verstappen for company. This is not over yet. This is Renault on Renault violence. I wouldn't try that. Well, that was easy. That was as easy as it comes, and that should mean that Verstappen is up a place. What a race, folks! What a race!
A great win then for the Williams team today. And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
And now it's time to wind down and celebrate after that fantastic Grand Prix. Here they come, your top three, out onto the podium.
Oh, we're happy with that one as we spray more champagne. Nah.
Poole increases their championship lead. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Difficult call, but I'd like to say Esteban Ocon. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of his tyres, and he showed that today.
And now let's take a look at the Constructors' standings, where Williams have finally moved beyond the point of no return and have taken the Constructors' title. They are Formula One World Champions once again. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
Well, what can you say of an absolutely crazy race like that? The final gap between myself and Charles Leclerc, less than 0.25 of a second. Unbelievable. Vettel, Raikkonen, Perez, Ocon, Stroll finished 7th eventually, and then Verstappen, Sainz and Hamilton are your point scorers. Unbelievable. What a crazy, crazy race.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win?
Well, I don't know. Towards the end it wasn't, but let's just go with that one.
Everything went your way today. It looked like you had a really good strategy for the race. Things are looking up after last week, aren't they?
Well, I suppose Singapore was a bit clunky, So, yeah.
There was some contact between you two. What happened over
well,
there?
this isn't a video game.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Stroll beat us for fastest lap? How dare you? How dare you? Oh, we'll be able to get some nice help for Williams there. Sweet. And nothing much changes here. Except I get a bit more showmanship. Williams win the Constructors' Championship.
Great work. That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up.
Hello, Yoshi. Oh, is it time to start a contract negotiation? Go on then.
It's time for us to renegotiate your contract. Here you can see the current deal. Once negotiations begin, the team will make you an offer. You can accept if you like, but I strongly suggest we push for better terms.
I'll stay second. I'll let Lance have the last thing. I want that back, definitely. We don't really need the simultaneous upgrade, so we don't really need that either. So really, yeah, that's it. Can we do that? Actually, we've undervalued ourselves there.
The new contract will take effect from the next race weekend.
We really undervalued ourselves there. We should have took first driver. Right then, let's go and spend some of these resource points for Williams. So we'll get that, and then what can we do? 2 more. Two more, I think. Gotta do some maths in my head. No, we can't do that. Can we get that? No, we can't get that. So if I get that, and I get that, I reckon that'll sort Williams out a bit there. I think we will get some powertrain for them. We're going to be getting thing for the next race, so no problem there. No problem there at all. And plus we're getting the updated contract as well, so that'll help out a bit as well. So there it is, confirmation that as of the end of this season, we're going to be disappearing from Williams. And look at that, we have not been off the podium yet, and we're coming to a stretch of races that I mean, Austin will be on the podium, definitely. Mexico, perhaps Brazil as well. Abu Dhabi, maybe. I'm terrible at Abu Dhabi. It's not bad at Suzuka, but I'd rather not go there. So yeah, great work. He's off to go and pack up. So are we. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you for Suzuka.